Hey, what's going on, guys? Richie Fix here, back with another video, and today we're going to be doing a figure review again from the Secret Wars Marvel Legends series line, Symbiote Spider-Man. Now, there are some heavy hitter characters in this line, but I think only 3 really stand out as far as that are going to really just sell out all the time. It's going to be the Captain America, Wolverine, and Symbiote Spider-Man, but believe it or not, the main figure I've been seeing sold out everywhere is this Symbiote Spider-Man, which is interesting because we have so many Symbiote Spider-Mans. We really do. There are so many. Now, granted, I do believe this is the first true all-black Symbiote Spider-Man that's pinless, but there is that VHS animated series Symbiote Spider-Man with the cell shading on the Renew Your Vows buck that I do believe is also pinless, but this one's true black. None of the cell shading or anything like that. It's just all black and white. Just pure old Symbiote Spider-Man, and I do believe that it's on the buck that a lot of people, that amazing Spider-Man with the wings, I believe is what it's called. A lot of people claim it's really down to, I think, those two. The Renew Your Vows and the Amazing Suit Spider-Man is really the buck people prefer. Granted, this is a little bit of a smaller buck, which I've been seeing a lot of people complain about, but I do think he was younger in this storyline. Not like, mid-20s. I think he was, a kid in this storyline, so I can see why they used a smaller buck, but that doesn't stop people from complaining nonetheless. You know how that goes. But taking a look at the packaging again, it is going to be your cool retro card Secret Wars packaging, which is very, very cool. And then kudos to Hasbro, they at least gave us all the hands. I mean, they usually leave out the hands. Whether it's the thwips or the wall crawling or the fist, they usually leave one of them out. We got all 3 this time. And then we do get an extra head sculpt, so, I mean, that's very, very cool. I mean, I would have loved to trade out the shield with the picture of the Symbiote Spider-Man for, like, some web effects or things like that, but that wouldn't be true to the source material of the Secret Wars line. That was what they did back then, so I see why they included it. I just don't know what people are really doing. It's like when they include that card stand with the McFarlane figures. Does anybody really do anything with those? Maybe 1 or 2. I mean, but it's just kind of wasted plastic in my opinion. It's my opinion. If you like them, by all means, you can love them, but just, I wish they would have thrown in maybe some web effects or something with this. But, other than that, everything's looking good here. And then you do turn around to the back. You do, and even in this little art up here, take that down just a notch so you guys can see that. The glare's getting in the way there. But he does look skinnier and younger in that particular picture. So you do get a little bit of a blurb up here in some different languages and kind of telling you his story arc in the Secret Wars. And then it does, as the Wolverine packaging, have the rest of the line on the back. And then also, if you're interested in learning how and changing out that Spider-Man picture to put in the other picture, there are those instructions there on the back. But there is a lot of excitement around this particular Spider-Man, and anytime we get Venom, Carnage, or anything with the symbiotes, it's going to be a hot seller. So, is this one you need to pick up immediately? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's get it open. Taking a look at Symbiote Spider-Man outside of the package, and immediately I like it a lot. However, there does seem to be some QC issues going on with this figure. I've definitely seen it in some other reviews, and it doesn't look like I made it out, unfortunately. It looks like there's some splotching up here. How do you mess up black? Good question of the day. How do you mess up black? And then there also does seem to be like a little bit of a something there on the front of the mask. Granted, it like blends in, so it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, to someone that's OCD or a stickler, I mean, this thing's definitely got some QC things going on with the paint. So, very, very interesting. If you happen to run into these in the store, definitely, I mean, if there's more than one, which I'd be shocked if there was, but if you could definitely, take a look at them, I would highly advise that, just because it does seem like this particular figure is running into some QC issues with, believe it or not the white, but the black. So, very interesting there. Taking a look at the articulation, doesn't get really any head, I mean, we're talking barely any head tilt there. But he does get a great range on looking up. So, very nice there. And then also does look down. So, very, very nice. And then as far as the abs, I mean, in that crunch, he's bending forward quite a bit there. And then as far as leaning back, he also does lean quite a ways back. So very, very nice there. Taking a look at the arms, he is going to get his arms up. Where are we at here? Okay, so not like a ton, but that's about as far as he's getting on the range there. And then as far as butterflies, where are we looking here? Let's see how far we can go back here. Where are we at on the butterflies? So definitely get some range there on the back. See if I can get, yeah, definitely get some good range there on the butterflies on the back. So very, very good there. And then for the front, not as much on the front, but, you know, enough there to get some, do the damage you need to do with your posing. And then does come with a bicep swivel. It's a little bit stiff, but it is there. Does get pinless, double jointed. Very, very nice. Very clean paint on the white, on his little triangles. And the back looks good. Back looking good there. And then as far as the legs, his leg is going to go very far up. So about that far up. And then that far out. Not as far as you'd probably hope for in a Spider-Man, but it's there. And then thigh swivel. So you got a thigh swivel there. And then you do get the double jointed knees. Very stiff. Very stiff. Hold on. My goodness. Very... Can I get that? Hold on. There we go. Double jointed knees there. Kind of a stiff figure, so if you wanted to throw a heat gun or throw it in a warm bath, then you could definitely do that. Straighten out that, and then he does get a calf swivel. Very nice there. Kind of a weird placement there, right dead center, or pretty close to the center. And then a lot of people have said these feet are huge, which I'm fine with. Being a smaller figure, like, you want him to be able to just stand. So, I mean, he has no problem standing with those huge feet. And you know what they say about huge feet? Huge shoes, right? And he does get very nice tilt on the foot, goes up that far. Foot goes down that far, and then obviously you're gonna get a nice ankle rocker. So very, very nice there. And then let's take a look at what else he comes with here. He does get an additional head sculpt with some squinting eyes. So very, very cool there. Looking good there. Like I said, there's just, I mean, minor. Is there anything like just a little bit there? So a little bit of black paint issues there, barely, but this one came out a lot cleaner. Maybe a little bit on the front of the mask there, maybe. I guess that's probably a better picture, a little bit, but again, it being black, you really can't tell. But how you mess up black to begin with, I really don't know. So we'll take a look here with the extra head sculpt. All right, and then taking a look at him with his extra hands, again, does get some web crawling or action hands there, sprawled out hands. Does get his thwippers, so you get both a right and left of each hand. So, and then, like I said, the articulation is very, very nice. I do like this head sculpt. I mean, like I said, I was a bigger fan of the big eyes or the big eyelets on the head sculpt. So I do think this is still my favorite, but I wasn't a real fan of this, like upon looking at it in pictures and things like that. But it's definitely kind of growing on me for sure. Very, very cool there. So, but yeah, I mean, they're not. I mean, if you are a collector, you definitely have Spider-Mans in your possession, and I think a lot of people did get that amazing, or that amazing Spider-Man that this body replicates. But definitely gonna be a fan favorite of the line. Let's talk about it and wrap this puppy up. One last thing here, I almost forgot. They do have this lenticular little shield thing here that you can pose him with. It does just connect to the wrist. I'm not going to put it on him. I don't know that a lot of you guys are, but definitely you get to see Peter. Let's see if I can get a good, there we go. There you go, Peter, and then the black suit Spider-Man. But if you take a look, the eyes are actually not matching that very well. So if you were wanting a black suit Spider-Man to really match the Secret Wars source material, assuming that that's what this is, it's definitely not quite the eyes to match that. So I don't know if that bugs you or not. Maybe to some. To me, it doesn't. But I like this figure a lot. I definitely think it will be one of the most, if not the most popular figure out of, I mean, the ones that are all sold out everywhere are Captain America, this figure, and Wolverine. So, I mean, I've definitely seen Spider-Man sell out quicker than the other two, but regardless, they're going to be hard to find no matter what. So if you see this guy in stores, definitely pick him up, or even pre-orders. God, it's hard to even find an active pre-order for this guy right now. And again, I did get these earlies from CMD Store, but again, I think I might just throw this guy back up on eBay. I have Amazon orders that are pending, and like I said, I mean, while I think this is an awesome figure, I just don't need it that early. Like, I'd rather just wait on mine to satisfy, and let maybe one of you guys that, you know, feel like you're gonna have a hard time finding the pre-order, or just haven't been able to get one yet, I'll throw it up on eBay. But just bear in mind that, you know, it is coming with some of that head sculpt issue, and I think all of them I haven't seen a clean one yet, to be honest. They've all kind of had their little issues with the head sculpt. And again, how you mess up black, very interesting, Hasbro. I mean, I didn't know that was an actual possibility, but leave it to Hasbro to be able to mess up the color black, where the white ended up being amazing, but the black, the actual plastic itself, did not end up being, had the most QC issues. This one actually turned out pretty clean, but this one, again, just has like a little line on the front, and then just some markings on the back. So keep that in mind if you do decide to go towards this eBay listing, then it will have those on there. But other than that, guys, I really like the figure on a 1 to 10 with everything that it comes with. And if you were to get like a clean one, like a really good minor mark, I don't know that there will be a perfect one, but if you could find one with minor markings, hell, even this one with the QC issues, I'm going to give this like a nice 9.1, because I like the hands that it comes with. I like the body style that it's on. I like the eyes on this one. I like the additional head sculpt. It's got some great articulation. The only thing really pulling it down is the QC issues, and then, like I said, didn't really care for the shield, but, you know, that's part of the nostalgia of this particular set. So I get why they included it, but at the same time, you know, could we have traded this out? But then it wouldn't be the Secret Wars line if you left this out. But, you know, if we threw in some web effects, even though people probably have a ton of them, you know, it's always just nice to have, because, you know, maybe this is not your first black suit Spider-Man, but maybe this is someone brand new to the line and they just don't have any, you know, this is their first black suit. So, you know, I definitely think it's a strong figure. I think if you can find it, you need to still get it, but just beware of those QC issues. So if you happen to see more than one, which I would doubt it again if you did, but if you happen to see more than one, I would definitely scope and take a look at them. But other than that, guys, I think that's it. That's all I have for the Secret Wars line. I didn't pull the trigger on Captain America. I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know why. I just wanted Wolverine and the Spider-Man. But I do have a Captain America coming, but it's not going to be until January. But I bet we see those Amazon pre-orders actually bump up to December. I really think those will start to hit in December. But if not, you know, I can definitely review it down the line. But other than that, that's really all I have for videos here for a little bit. So maybe it'll be a few days, but you never know. Tomorrow's another day. Maybe Jada drops a bombshell. Maybe Marvel Legends drops a bombshell. I don't know. But if they do, I'll be there. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave the video a thumbs up. Keep an eye out for my eBay listing post when this goes up. That should go up tomorrow if you're watching this today. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Richie Figs. Later.